What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 20 of the Art Meets Culture podcast. I'm your host, Ade Sanusi, aka Sanusi the First on Gram. Today we have another special episode with, I'll call him one of the original Insta artists that has been on our platform. He goes by the name of Mathew Vieira. He, caught my attention with his amazing portraits. His portrait images were A1 from the beginning stages of Instagram, and he just caught my attention, and I was just like, I gotta have this guy on our next show. So he debuted on our second show, which was in Hoxton Square. A funny story, we were originally supposed to do it in our first ever venue, but then they just said, oh, we're doing refurbishments today, sorry. And then I was like, what? So we had to literally find a new venue within the space of 48 hours. But luckily the guy who bought the first venue said you can use the other venue that I own in Hoxton, and that was a jam-packed show. So I appreciate that one heavy. Shout out to those guys, shout out to Adam and those guys. You guys A1 as always, Adam, Anthony, two amazing guys who supported us from the start of the brand, and gave us our first venue. Updates before we get into the podcast. The merch is dropping very soon. I'm just working out one of two things this week. We're getting some samples this week, so I'm excited to drop that to you. All I can say is a celebration when it comes to what we're going to be dropping soon. Do you know what I mean? And we want to share that with you. So we are going to do call outs for sign-ups very soon, so keep a lookout on that. So anybody who wants to be a part of that, be sure to sign up for your pre-orders when they happen. Do you know what I mean? So if you're there for the pre-order as soon as, you know what I mean, you know what it is. It will be done as soon as for you. You'll get the product accordingly. But we'll give you all the information, the right information towards the time. So I have an inkling on when I'm going to do it. So it will be in either the new month or the next month. But yeah, again, you'll be the first to know. What else is on the horizon? Yeah, lockdown is about to, ease up a little bit. Well, a lot rather, because all retail shops will be starting. Well, not all non-essential shops will be opening on the 15th of next month. So, yeah, man, it's been a ride. All these quarantine podcasts that we've done, it's been special. And like I said, I'm going to be continuing interviewing artists around the world. We'll just be organizing time, when we get into, we'll be doing something else, and you'll be seeing some of the artists, appear more visually. So we've got something special coming on board. I'm just excited, So I try not to say too much and hold myself, because I get excited by the ideas that I have and, wanting to share that with you. But I put all that energy into the platform and making sure you guys experience that with us and our growth. So, salute to everybody on that one. Salute to all the new listeners. Salute to all the Spotify listeners, iTunes listeners, SoundCloud listeners. I see you all. Thank you so much. As always, what else? I always think like, what else? Because, I just do all this from the top of the dome. Do you know what I mean? I go with energy and go with God. So, any shouts? Yeah, shout out to everybody who's been on the podcast as well. You guys have been amazing, like so amazing. Like I won't even lie, even from day one of the podcast, since the first episode to episode 27, which is crazy. We've done 27 episodes, and if I went through the schedule that I initially wanted, I don't think I would have even touched 27 for a while, because I would have been procrastinating on something or just wasting time. But I'm energized. I've got great energy, and I encourage every artist to keep doing what they love, what they're passionate about, and never give up. Do you know what I mean? I know there's been major obstacles that have appeared within all of our lives. I've been dealing with so much, but we plow through. We don't say it because we don't. I guess we express it in our own art forms. We don't make it an Instagram thing and everybody know Wagwan and everything like that. But I look at it as like, we pour it into our passions, our art, our craft, everything. Do you know what I mean? So artists, please, like, do not give up. I know some of you will be thinking, oh, when's my break? Oh, when am I gonna get seen or co-signed or anything like that? Like, your time is coming. Do you know what I mean? Stick to your path. I'm trying to give you all that energy and all this positivity to know that your time is coming. No one can stop you but you. Remember that. You know what I mean? Don't watch no one's face. Keep on your path. This is your path and your journey. You're going to achieve everything you need to achieve. But I just wanted to give that to you guys, you know what I mean? And I, hope whatever you're doing, do you know what I mean? 2020 is not over. Do you know what I mean? Corona is here, maybe gone in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, but your day to day is still here. Your goals are still there. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to the NHS for supporting everybody to even get us to this stage, because it's a little bit easy. A lot of things have passed, all respects to everybody who's passed away, do you know what I mean? But through this, we're just going to be building and strengthening ourselves daily. But I can rant on and say so much, but the main topic is just be positive, be strong. If you guys need any advice, shoot me a DM. I'm always there to talk and have a conversation. And this is a supportive platform. We're going to keep on supporting. I assure you, keep on supporting, keep on growing. Do you know what I mean? Not that I really care about numbers, but we're almost on 8,000. Do you know what I mean? We were on 7,100 not too long ago. Well, the start, and now it's just grown up until up to 8,000, which is crazy to me. 1,000 people have now just been a part of this whole entire journey. Do you know what I mean? So thank you all for being a part of that, and that's all around the world. Do you know what I mean? It's from podcasts, from supporting, from things we're doing behind the scenes and everything like that. It's just always support. A lot of conversation we've been having on the podcast, offline, online, everything. So salute to you all. You know what I mean? But let's get into the podcast with Mathew Vieira, one of my guys. We have a great conversation about why he never draws any Chelsea players. He doesn't tell me in depth, but we know why. He'll give you his reasons why, which I don't want to reveal. But yeah, definitely listen to it and, let me know what you think. Let me know how you're vibing with this pod. But yeah, all the support is always blessed. But yeah, without further ado, and I did tell you to already like, share, subscribe to Spotify, SoundCloud, and shout out to all the listeners, but the steez already. Do you know what I mean? Mathew Vieira is an artist who definitely puts his money where his art is. We're the platform that puts our money where our art is. The vibes. This is the Art Meets Culture podcast. Let's go. Yes, sir. How are you, bro?
Yeah, not bad. How's things?
Things are good. It's been a very long time.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, a long time. And I said, let me catch up with Matt, because you were one of the first ones in the platform. So I said, let me catch up with some originators.
Yeah, it's been what, 3-4 years?
That quick?
I don't know. I feel like because I moved out of London.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago. So it was about then.
Okay. No, I remember it vague. And you did you bring your kid to a show? I feel like you brought your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yes.
This puts it into perspective. She's now 5.
Yeah, and that's how long we've been running, almost.
Yeah. Because she was what, 6 months maybe?
Yeah.
That really goes to show.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming on, man.
That's all right.
We've been busy bodies, but I said, let me get some originators on. But yes, tell the people who you are, what you do, etc., etc.
Okay, so I'm Mathew Vieira. I am an illustrator / graphic designer. That's currently actually what I do full time, graphic design. I do my illustrations on the side, private stuff and commercial stuff. So keeping busy is
amazing.
Always rolling.
Yeah, that's good. And you've been busy over the years, kid-wise as well. So.
Oh man, yeah. So we've got 2 now. So
yes.
Yeah.
So you're building a beautiful family, which I'm seeing. So that's positive. So cool. What got you started in the whole, art journey?
So it probably started with, obviously I love to draw as a kid, and I don't know if I go as far back as secondary school, it was just not knowing what to do, and I
Yeah.
just wanted to do what I loved.
Mm.
And that's been the main foundation behind it, was I love to do it.
Yeah.
And so I've just progressed from secondary school, college, uni, and then yes, since graduating, it's just been trying a load of things really.
Yeah.
It was all traditional stuff. So when I was on with you guys, it was more the traditional paintings on canvas. And
Yeah.
since moving out of London, I've kind of gone more digital. So working exclusively on the iPad or MacBook, Photoshop and stuff. So
Yeah.
don't really go the traditional way anymore.
Yeah.
Mainly because of lack of space, really.
Yeah, it's changed over there. So I remember even you doing our second show, you brought that massive, I believe it was the Pro Green piece. And that was just
Oh,
huge, you remember?
yeah. No, that was Emily Sandé one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So it was that you brought the Emily Sandé one, the Pro Green, and the Tony
Yeah.
Campbell one. Yeah, I remember that whole
That's it.
collection.
Yeah.
So you've literally just changed and now become more digital. So you went from uh music stars to then doing this whole entire football series.
Yeah.
What was the transition like? Like, why did you switch from music to football?
So
Apart from
again,
being an
it's
Arsenal
just,
fan.
yeah, apart from being a huge Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
I think I just went with the flow really. Like I decided one day, let me just illustrate some football stars, and then that kind of got some traction, got a bit of following, and it, money talks, and you got to keep rolling with it, otherwise you fall behind.
Yeah.
So money's a good incentive, but also I like football, so it was just merging two of my passions really.
Yeah. And you managed to do some great things with football. Like football opened some doors for you to get your art showcase. Was it through the Arsenal program that it was showcased on?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
been on a couple of things really. It's been on a match day program, the Arsenal magazine, and then just a few other features. It's been in a few other magazines and online platforms. So
Mhm.
yeah, like I said, it got quite a bit of traction. So it was, just I saw that people were interested in what I was doing.
Yeah.
So why not just keep the ball going? And then
Mhm.
from that, I got work from people like the Bundesliga.
Oh man.
Aston Villa got me quite a few commissions.
Mm.
So yeah, it kept things fresh. And there's so many subjects, like so many football players.
Yeah.
You could just keep it going.
Yeah. Me and do you remember one guy called Didi?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Me and him always have the debate. It's like, why hasn't he done? He called me and said, why hasn't he done any Chelsea players? I was like,
Why do you think?
I said, you know why, Didi? You know why he
Yeah.
doesn't do any Chelsea players. The thing is, you done Drogba, but you did him in his Ivory Coast kit, and I was like, he really doesn't like Chelsea. So we definitely got it, but you definitely highlighted some special players throughout the years, so that was great to see.
Yeah. I mean, they inspire us through
Yeah.
what they do. So why not just, do the same back, I guess.
Exactly. So, I mean, you've, gone from doing a lot of, the canvas stuff to now digital stuff, and now, doing it full time. Many artists will just want to just be like, it has to be an exhibition that I have to get through and make it. You know what I mean? You've now, pulled off a job from it. You know what I mean? So how come you pursued that side of things more than ever?
So when I was in London, I was kind of doing stuff similar to you, where we were putting on shows with
Yeah.
various artists, and that worked for a while for us. But then our group kind of started to go different ways. And again, like with me, having a family,
Yeah.
moving out of London, things didn't just got a bit more difficult to keep that up. And obviously, having a secure job is always a great thing. So before I was doing graphic design, I was actually doing a bit of IT and then some programming.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really enjoying that. So luckily, the company I was with had an opening in their creative team, so I snapped at that.
Big.
And I've been there for 2 years doing graphic design. So
Yeah.
it's 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 opened my eyes to a lot of different routes or things that maybe I could have done in the past.
Yeah.
Like, don't just limit yourself to I'm just going to paint on canvas and that's how I'm going to make my career.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
But there's also this day and age, you've got so many avenues you can go down.
Yeah.
Why not just explore and see what you can get?
Yeah, definitely 1000%. And it's because we've had many people on the podcast and they've talked about their various journeys into art, and now there's an opportunity for artists to now get skilled jobs who require it, because there's loads of brands out there that are looking for people with your skills. Do you know what I mean? And they pay a pretty penny for it as well. So
Yeah.
it's great that you've made that transition beautifully. Do you know what I mean? By using your skill.
It just opens the doors, like
Yeah.
why limit yourself?
No, 1000%. So how is balancing fatherhood and art, man? Like, how's that going for you?
Yeah, it's good. No, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But obviously finding the time to do any private work or commissioned work outside of my day job, it's kind of done it in the early hours of the morning, really. But
yeah,
something that I'm used to. I've been doing that for years since
yeah,
I was showing with you guys. So
yeah,
I think you just get into a habit of doing something a certain way. You work with it, and they love it. They love drawing, they love painting. So I love getting them into it. So any chance I can to get them involved or do stuff with them,
yeah,
it's great. But
yeah,
it's difficult to find that time when you're working full time, and like especially with the whole lockdown situation.
Oh yeah, that's tough, man.
I'm working at home, but like today, for example, it's been a really busy day. I've not been able to get back away from my computer, but when I can, I try to, so I can spend some time with them, because ultimately you're going to regret it if you don't.
Exactly.
They both love it. Like, they're quite creative girls, so I'm excited to see what they can create when they get a bit older.
No, for sure, they got a great mentor in their father, so they're definitely going to see something magical happen for themselves as well, whatever field they decide to pursue. Do you know what I mean? So collection wise, I mean, are you currently like working on anything now, or is it now more you're doing art for like on a feeling basis?
So before this whole pandemic, I had this whole lineup of stuff, because we had the Euros
as we all did, yeah.
we had the Olympics. Like, I was like ready. I was like, yes, let's do all this. So that is kind of still there, but on the back burner now. Yeah. So I'm just, do you know what? I'm doing bits and bobs on the side, but I really want to just spend some time honing in my skills and just get better. Like, I don't know, as a creative, you kind of look at your stuff that you do and you always pick out the flaws. And so, like, I don't know, hands, I'm not great at painting hands, I don't think. So I'm gonna do a few sketches and just try and get better at it, and just try and use this time whilst still keeping busy, still working, but any downtime, just try and get better, improve yourself. So I mean, I'm still doing a few footballers. I've gone into some games characters. I've done a few illustrations for.
Was it that is that a 6 character challenge thing you're doing as well?
That was quite fun, to be honest, because it was few, like, people I've not really, like, characters that I've not really tried to paint before, like characters that somebody else has painted initially, and then you kind of make your own version of it, which is cool.
No, that's dope. That's dope. So, like, going back to the shows, how important were the shows to you, even future shows that you went on as well? How important were they to your career and your growth?
They definitely built my confidence. Just being able to put your work out there and having such positive feedback come back on just face to face, you know, not just comments section,
Yeah.
but like just talking to people and seeing what everyone kind of thinks about your work, what do they see, and hearing their stories as well, because everyone's got a story, and you know, people would tell me about what kind of stuff they get up to, what they make music, or you know, they do videos or drawing or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of that boils up to giving you experiences and giving you lessons to take on. So although I haven't exhibited for a while, mainly because I've probably just not been pushing it myself.
Yeah.
But that time that I did, I think it was really just gave me the confidence and just saying that this is what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So why not just do it?
Mm.
And now I guess the exhibiting section now is the Twitter feed and the Instagram feed.
Yeah.
That's the new gallery space.
Yeah, it's become very digital. You know, we're seeing artists literally around the world. I just, you know, finished off a podcast with a guy called Yomi Boss from Nigeria, you know, just after seeing his work on Instagram, and it's just like, even though I'm not physically seeing it, you know what I mean? I literally want to know the stories behind it. So, you know, the internet has allowed us to connect with artists and have conversations with them like we would do in a gallery or an event space, you know, which was the reason why these things were invented, to sit down, to chat, to create conversations and to see how people feel about our work. But now, before quarantine, we were doing it all at home anyway, but it's now amplified a little bit for people's attention just to be on Art Now and look at the art pieces and say, oh, I like that. Oh, why did you draw this? Or what's the inspiration behind that? What's your story?
Yeah. And I think, well, especially podcasts like this or any kind of medium where the artist can kind of talk to people or just give their account on their work is very helpful in this day and age.
Yeah.
Because just putting stuff out there and kind of not engaging, you don't get that sense of that exhibiting your work sort of thing. It's so easy to just put something out there and just forget about it. But yeah,
no, that makes sense. How has like Instagram, you know, helped you with your growth and your connection with people?
I'd say it's been Instagram and Twitter have been fundamental in my career growing. It got me a lot of the work that I have done and am doing now. And it's connected me to a lot of very interesting people. One example was did this project with a few artists where we were illustrating each goal that was scored for your team. So I was Arsenal, obviously.
As always, yeah.
But so every weekend, if they were to score a goal or a number of goals, you would illustrate the player scoring that goal.
Okay.
And it would go. It would, you know, it would raise money for this charity. Let me just get it up.
Okay.
Gift of a goal. That's what it was called. And basically, there were 6 of us, and we each had this task. So there's the whole website, and it's got a ton of illustrations on there. And I still think you can donate, but yeah. So it raised quite a bit of money for the Robin Cancer Trust.
Amazing.
And it's stuff like that you might not come across if you don't put yourself out there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And engage with people.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful, man. Who scored the most goals?
Oof, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Probably, I'm guessing Man United, maybe.
Oh, so that person had to really.
Oh no, Man City. Sorry.
So that person, whoever Man City supported, then they had to really draw a lot.
Yeah.
Because they were blasting through those goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
you talked about fatherhood, your process into going into art and now getting a job. Like, what have you been your main challenges as a whole in your career?
Main challenges. I think definitely just growing in confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I first started out, obviously when you first start out with anything, you don't know what you're doing. And it's only through doing that you learn. But I think that was probably the biggest thing, just learning about myself and
you come across very confident though. Like I think when I first met you, I was just like, this guy's got it together. He's like, because you brought all the equipment down, and I was like,
maybe it was all up front.
But I believed it. I tell you that for free. He was like, he brought everything down, nails, everything. I was like, he's prepared. Do you know what I mean? And that was like my second show, so I was still new to how to set up, things in a gallery, and seeing that was like, oh, he knows what he's doing. So he's
maybe that was just probably because I studied fine art, so that's been drilled into me, But yeah, like I think just because when you look at your own work, you kind of have your doubts and you think, oh no, this is rubbish. But getting it out there and talking to people and doing that more and more builds your confidence, and it helps you overcome quite a lot. And you just think to yourself, yes, I can do this. Yeah, that's probably the biggest challenge, I would
say. Okay. No, that makes sense. But yeah, you were, regardless of it, you came across, very confident. Do you know what I mean? So, which is possible, a positive, not possible, the positive. So that's great to hear. Art community wise, we have a strong community, where everybody's, supporting each other as artists. But, how are you with the community now? How are you still connecting with people? Do you know what I mean? Has that branched out to, you doing your own thing, or are you still, tight with everybody in the scene?
I'm kind of doing my own thing, I'd say. One thing that I have to say about getting a full-time creative job, it does take a lot out of you. Like I find that I wouldn't say as hungry as I would, but my focus and my commitments it's more spread out.
Yeah.
Whereas if for example, before this, I'd never had like a creative full-time job or day job, shall I say. So all my creative energy was stored up, and then I was able to just push it out there. And I probably was more hungry, to be honest. But now I'm quite content in where I'm at and doing what I'm doing. But when I try to, I still talk to a few people now and again, but it's not as often as it might have been before when I was like living in London.
That was literally like before kids, before all of the responsibility.
Yeah. But I don't want to like make that some kind of excuse,
No. I definitely don't think it's an excuse. I think it's just a testament to growth and life. Do you know what I mean? And we're all in a stage where becoming fathers and finding that fine balance through. Look, this is where I'm going to put my time in here, and this is where I'm going to put less of my time. So it's just every day is a balance thing, but you know where to prioritize your goals and everything like that. So that you've made a clear statement there.
Yeah. Just do what works for you,
Oh, for sure.
Got to look out for you and your family first of all.
Do you see yourself doing any events?
I mean, if something that works out comes up, then why not?
Yeah.
I have been wanting to get back into the traditional side of working, like getting back to canvas. So that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we miss you on canvas, man. You got some stuff on canvas.
I need the space. That's what it is. I don't have. Before I had like a studio and stuff. So,
yeah.
But I can, you just got to do it in what space you can, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely think you'll find your way. But it will be definitely 100% great to to have you back in these event spaces and doing something epic, whether it be live art, because you're a sick live artist as well. How do you find that, like doing live art with everybody just staring? Because
I don't know.
I have a picture from the old events, and it's just like you painting, but everyone's just staring at you. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of
Well,
weird. Like, why is everyone looking at me? You know what I mean?
I know. Well, the thing is, I try not to look back. Like, just try and focus on what I'm doing. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you just start shaking and going
yeah,
all wrong. I don't know.
yeah,
Like, I've done a few live events, and to be honest, I never thought, like, before doing them, I never think I can do them. You know, that goes back to that whole confidence thing.
yeah. You
Um,
had it well, man. You had it well.
it worked out. I mean,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen, but
Hmm.
you know, I survived.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful thing that you did. You did the painting of the eyes, and I think someone took it that day as well. So that was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that
Um,
was good.
I was speaking to that gallery. Was it the gallery owner that got it from you?
I can't quite remember, you know.
I think it was because I spoke to him. And I think he's opening up a new gallery in East London. So
Okay.
he literally just remembers everything in each event. He's like, "What's this guy doing? What's that guy doing?" Because he mentioned you last week, actually.
Oh, really?
Found
Okay.
you was like, I say, yeah, everyone's doing good. Dad now, you know what I mean? Got a couple kids, so
Yeah.
it's changed. So he's definitely a big fan. I was gonna ask you some, football art related questions and stuff like that, but you touched on it. Like everything's been moved because we had the Euros, we had Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues. Now everything's moved to next year. Is it gifting you with newer ideas and newer concepts beforehand, or is it just same as you prepared before?
I think it's definitely given some more time to think and to just plan things out.
Hmm.
Not that I didn't have time, but
Yeah,
you get this is kind of like a golden chance to reevaluate and stuff.
yeah,
Like
it's a
some
beautiful
people
chance.
don't, yeah, some people don't actually take, me included, don't take the time to do that. You know,
Hmm.
we just kind of get on with it, get it out, because that's the culture these days, isn't it? You got to get it out quickly. You know, this is happening, or something happened last night, right? Got to get an illustration done as soon as possible.
Hmm.
But when it's a big project like that, yeah, it's nice to have some time to do what you want to do with it and make sure you do think or cover all areas, you know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So you've lived in London, you've seen the benefits of London and its opportunities. You've moved outside London, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you've moved outside London. Have you noticed a difference in the connections, the work ethic, and everything like that? Is there a big difference in opportunities now?
Yeah, it's like I guess the connections, yeah, definitely.
Mm,
But like I was saying before, it's all come through the internet now. It's Twitter, Instagram.
yeah.
Whereas before it would be I'd be going to events and networking there.
Mm,
But now that I don't really have the chance to do that, I can, I guess, but it's a bigger commitment.
mm,
Um, but yeah, but people seem to be more. They like to get in touch with you more now via these
yeah.
social media platforms. So it's kind of the same, but in a different way. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, because people would say, "Oh, yeah, London's where it's at. You got to stay in London." But now
Yeah.
with the internet, the world's where it's at. How do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's a
So it's just
global
like
thing.
it's a literal global thing where it's great to be local, but now it's like we're touching four corners of the world off of our mobile phones. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
You can literally type in art in Spain or art in Canada, art in Australia. We can literally find the artists and literally just DM and have a conversation or find a gallery. So there's these things that, allows you so you can live anywhere and still connect with the right people at the same time. So it definitely makes sense. What you said,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
connecting because of the internet now.
yeah, definitely.
You know, what was that's another question? It's literally just run out of my head. Yes, inspirations. Some people cite Picasso as an inspiration, Basquiat, Andy Warhol, Keith Haring. Who are your like inspirations in art?
I get so obviously you got the big names like you just mentioned, but
Yeah.
I feel like lately it's just your peers, like
Mm,
just the people that are working around you. They're coming up with some amazing work, and like now that it is all digital, so everything's on the Twitter and Instagram. All you have to do is like follow them or follow a hashtag or something like that, and you get so much inspiration just through looking. And you can go on sites like Pinterest or Behance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there, obviously, like you get some really professional looking stuff, but it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever. It can be someone's sketch that they did one night, you know. So just put it out there, and it can inspire people.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. I'd just say everyone that's working right now, because you just see some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was one guy, actually, he's quite famous, but he's called Boss Logic.
Yeah.
And he did a trailer release for the new Assassin's Creed game, but it was just him painting the poster.
Sick.
And it was hours long, but just watching him paint that, I was like, wow, like really wanted me to get going with something new.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously we can look to, the older artists and, find some forms of inspiration and techniques from them. But now more than ever, it's like we're living with future legends, almost, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? We're living with the people who are going to be remembered for years. People just looking at Instagram and we just be like, oh, we want to, because we can't compliment or talk directly to the dead and say, hey, how did you do this? You know what I mean? Like, tell me your technique. What you doing there? You know what I mean? They've been immortalized in interviews and their art pieces, but having a direct conversation with with a current artist you're seeing, look, I really want to learn from you and see how I can elevate, and you end up building a bond, a friendship, you know what I mean, and something great for the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you see yourself in years to come? That's a big one. But
that is
pursuing art, and now you're doing it as a job, you know what I mean? But as an artist, where do you see that going for you?
I feel like I'd love to be able to pick and choose work, like at the moment I'm not in that position, but like, I take what comes. But I'd love to be able to pick and choose. I'd prefer to be more on the illustration, like the portrait side of things, but I'm learning all these skills. I'm doing animation, I'm doing graphic design, like it's all, and each thing kind of inspires me as well. So I'm not really sure. I think I just want to keep going, keep creating.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I want to try and get back onto canvas as well. I'd like to do a few more events.
Listen, you will be contacted very soon.
I wasn't pushing for that,
No, for sure. Listen, I've been meaning to have you on for a while, but I think we just haven't had that. We haven't had a sit down in a long while. This is our first sit down in years, you know what I mean? And
in a long time.
I'm like this guy was here from. I'm literally just having a reminiscing point right now, just thinking he was literally at the beginning, and you know what I mean. It was just again from Instagram, do you know what I mean? And what you're doing now, you've grown into a great human. You've got a great family. Do you know what I mean? So even I was at the stages where he's with his girlfriend. Oh, he's got a baby. Oh, he's got another baby. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just great to see these things, and just see, you get to see what life is, and beyond art more than anything. Do you know what I mean? You're a person who's building a life for himself at the same time, you know what I mean? But also being honest. So I'm trying to find balance. Do you know what I mean? That's a main thing. My skills are always going to be there. Do you know what I mean? But life is here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've always said, like, I'll be happy as long as, I can do what I love, which is my art.
Yeah.
And, provide for my family. And it's doing it now. So, let it just continue, I guess. But obviously I always strive for more, and I always want to get better and better and do more. So let's just see what kind of challenges come ahead.
No, yeah, that's great. Do you know what I mean? So even I guess you're pretty much saying, let's just see how the water flows, you know what I mean, towards wherever you're working towards, you know what I mean? Because it's cool, you can have the big goals, I want a big house, all that whatnot, but it's also great to know that people just want to take it day by day and just build towards that. So I definitely understand. So artists who are coming up in the game right now, because I wouldn't say we're like the OGs of this thing now, or we're that old because we're not that old. We just came into the game at early stage of Instagram, and now we've grown, but now we're seeing an influx of so many new young artists. Like, what would be your advice to them?
I would say put yourself out there. Keep keep developing your skills and talk to people. Find out their stories, and they might influence you in a way that you didn't realize.
Mm,
So just keep going. Keep making your work, whatever it is you do,
yeah.
and put it out there, because you never know what will come from it.
Exactly. And I think that's something, many artists try and hold on to. Like, I don't want to show this, it needs to be perfect, or I don't want to DM this person because I don't want to be insulted, or egos, yada, yada, yada. But I think definitely the brave side of just being confident or pretending to be confident and just doing it. You never know how people can just buy into it and just be like, oh, he's a very confident person. You know how I even met you and you're telling me that you were nervous. I'm like, are you sure you was nervous, bro? Like, you just, projected that positive, confident energy. So you never know. Do you know what I mean? So project that. Attract what you want by being what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way
Mhm.
to put it.
Oh, for sure. But bro, man, thank you so much for coming on board on the podcast, man. I know you've been a busy guy, and
Yeah,
we've got
we're
moves
all
to make.
busy, man. We're all busy.
Yeah.
But no, thanks, man. It's been great chatting to you.
Oh, for sure. We'll have a proper chat soon as well. Anyway, so I definitely want to do that. But yeah, where can everybody find you?
So Twitter, Instagram, Mathew Vieira Art, or MathewVieira.com.
Amazing. All right, bro. Send my love to the family, everything like that as well, man.
Definitely will do. Thanks.
All right, take care, man.
All right. Speak to you soon.
All right, definitely. All right, bless.
Take care. Bye.